see money as value exchange and as energy to supersize grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. A couple of topics with respect to our financial health and well-being to grow and build and supersize our business that we're going to talk about today. And tomorrow's sneak peek, we're going to talk about money mindset and the impact that it has on your ability to earn, your ability to grow, your ability to supersize your business. Well, today, a couple of concepts, and I think these are foundational concepts that we need to understand and accept and see in the world around us in order to supersize and grow our business, especially financially. And that is that money is energy, just like everything else in the world and the universe, as well as it's an exchange of value. I'm going to share a couple of stories. I was going to share other people's stories. I've got like 6 other people that volunteered their stories to share today, but I think I'm going to share a couple of my own because these are things that I didn't always understand and I didn't always know. And I didn't realize until it was having a negative impact on my business and my life and my finances that it was important. I think I shared that I didn't always spend wisely, like my first job out of college, and almost lost my first home, the first home that I purchased. And that was because of some of my thoughts and beliefs about money were a little off. And I wasn't making wise decisions, which is something that we always have to do, right? We have to spend our resources wisely because what we put out into the world is what we get back. And if we're putting a bunch of negative energy and thoughts and beliefs around money, that's what we'll get back. As far as money being a value exchange, that was another lesson I needed to learn, that if we're putting value into the world and putting good things into the world, people will pay us for that, and they want to pay us for that because that's how they're telling us, and the universe is letting us know the value of the products and services that we're offering. People need, want, and desire solutions to their problems, and if you can help them solve a problem, and we can define problems in any ways. When I made Italian food, the problem that we solved is, what's for dinner? What are we going to eat today? Because 3 times a day or more, we human beings need to consume food for energy. Again, food and energy is an exchange. It's an energy exchange, just like money. So people will spend money on food in exchange for the energy that they need for their bodies to function. So a couple of the traps I fell into during the Italian food manufacturing days as we were building and growing and supersizing was around pricing and raising prices. And I think many people can relate to this. There's this pressure from the outside, which is, notice, it's from the outside. It's not from inside us. But if we buy into it, it now becomes pressure from the inside and beliefs from the inside. All negative energy, by the way. Any judgment, negativity, anything that makes us feel yucky, I love the technical term yucky or icky, or negative, is negative energy. Anything that makes us feel good, lights us up, keeps us in the flow, helps us to create and have ideas and be inspired and passionate, that's all positive energy. So we want to put as much of that into our products and services as we possibly can, because that's the value people want. That's what they'll exchange their money for, is the value that we provide. But I got a lot of pressure from outside forces that I listened to, sometimes too long in many cases, about raising my prices for our products and services. And mostly it was our products, because we had awesome products, top of the line, handmade products. And I would get pressured into not raising our prices for too long a period of time for us financially because of outside pressure. Oh, it's too expensive. It's too expensive. I remember when it was $2.50 a pack. Now it's $3.25 a pack. You can't raise your prices again. I'm like, okay. And what got me over that hump was looking around and watching because I sold to grocery stores as far as restaurants, their menu prices going up, as well as store prices changing and going up like every week. Prices were changing, but they were telling me not to change my prices or my costs to them. So I pretty quickly realized after a few years of not raising my prices that in order to stay in business and grow and supersize, I had to pay attention to what was right. And I was creating incredible value in those products, and people were willing to pay for it. The end consumer, which is who I wanted to satisfy anyway, not the middlemen, which were the stores. And so we found different ways to market and sell our products and services and increase our prices so that we could grow and build that business, not struggle. But we did have times when we were struggling because I was resisting raising prices and things. So it was a huge lesson learned. But if you're giving value, people will pay your prices. People will pay crazy prices for things, me included. I've paid over 6 figures for a coaching program, and it wasn't even one-on-one coaching. So we need to keep in mind that I thought it was, at the time, it was the right value for me. It was the right coaching for me. It was the right situation for me. But it depends, right? Other times I would look at that, at now the way my life is, and I would say, yeah, I wouldn't do that. I'm not interested in doing that anymore. Been there, done that, got the value out of it, understand the power of it, but I'm not going to do it now. So today, I would love for you to share in the comments below your thoughts, your current thoughts right now about money. There's nothing good or bad, right or wrong. Our thoughts are just our thoughts. Our beliefs are just our beliefs. But sometimes we need to shine the light on them and say, you know what? That doesn't even belong to me anymore. I grew up with that. I grew up in a family that believed money was really hard to get. And this isn't true of me, but people might be saying to themselves, I grew up in a family where scarcity was the overriding thought and vibration. And so money was scarce in our family growing up. I grew up with a parent of each, one that was scarcity minded and one that was abundance minded. So I was right in the middle, and it made for some really interesting belief systems that I've had to continually work on looking at when something will remind me, okay, well, that was a very scarcity, negative, right? Negative energy way of looking at a situation. Maybe I want to reframe that and create what I want instead of what I don't want. All right, that's it for today. I have got a very busy day, birthday celebration for my oldest granddaughter, so I'm excited about that. If I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow. We're going to talk about money mindset and how important that is to our financial supersizing of our business. All right, have an awesome day.